Shalom, shalom. First off, I give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Makakadash, Yahweh being the true name for the Heavenly Father, Yahushai being the name for His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Jesus Christ. I give double honors to our apostles and elders, great millstone, taught us truth and will well, and salutations to you, for person's truth and all honesty and sincerity. This is Brother Yawasop, coming to another lesson to the Spirit power, Yahweh Yahushai. And this lesson's through the Spirit, man. I was just late night up, kind of scrolling through my feed, meditating a few things on precepts, and the Spirit hit me, to speak on health because I came across of multiple posts brothers shared, and then came across this Instagram footage of this one of this rapper. He was real big. He was like over 300 something pounds, and just found out, dude, he lost like over 150 pounds, so, brothers has been real into, trying to get healthy and improving on their health in general, exercise, being into the martial arts and things like that, man. And all those things are good for you, and recently, I was inspired to start growing and harvesting and selling microgreens, which you can see. I've shared a few clips of the beginning stages and process to that, and just studying them and learning them, I didn't realize, the amount of health benefits that, that come from them. Originally I just kind of came across, just looking for ideas, to start up a business. And but when I really got to researching and learning and understanding, the health benefits alone, was pretty huge, man. You know, um, there's a lot of big time health benefits to eating these. And this is just the early stages. This is just after about 3 to 4 days of starting. It only takes about 7 to 10 days before you can harvest. And you're looking at maybe like, I don't know, probably like $6 to $10 for a pack of seeds for a tray this size, depending on what you're growing. And just within 7 to 10 days, you can feed yourself and, it's a small family if you've got enough of them. So that's pretty fast considering that, normally time, you got to wait. If you were waiting for them to get fully grown to harvest, that would take months, or weeks before you can have, a full grown vegetable. But eating them in the microgreen stage, which is the basically eating like bean sprouts in the sprouted stage, has enormous health benefits. And then we're living in a time period where the Lord is sending plagues on this earth, and He's sending out pestilences. And it's very easy to catch and come down with illnesses when you're not taking care of your temple. Okay. And people can find themselves to be sick very quick. Now, I caught a common cold probably about a week ago, and I was over it within like 2 or 3 days, because of the diet that I chose, just getting up in the morning and, making a juice, fresh juice, cucumber, celery, parsley, lemon, apple, and getting away from all sugar, switching to alternatives such as stevia leaf, is a little bit better for you, so switching over to things like that, it can have a profound effect on your body, and it's good to really take time to focus on taking care of your church, which is your body itself, man, which is the body as well as other brothers. But, you yourself, you're a walking, living, breathing temple. So it's important that, you take the time to take care of that. Okay. And, this lesson might be for brothers that maybe you've grown up in a certain lifestyle where you didn't have the proper guidance on eating, fruits and vegetables. A lot of us growing up eating like junk food, man. Me myself, I was blessed to have a very health conscious, upbringing, especially on my father's side. But not everybody has had that. You got people that just grown up eating fucking just terrible diets, man. Just straight up somehow still living and breathing, but grew up just eating straight junk food and don't even know about eating salads, man. Hey, if you're not walking around here and you're not incorporating eating a salad, if you haven't had a salad in your life, then hey, you're going off. Almost daily or every other day, you should have fresh greens to eat. You got to incorporate getting vitamins within your system, because if you don't do these things and you continue to take, just ignore your health, you'll begin to have later on health problems. And then once you get into your 30s and stuff, that stuff start catching up to you, man. When you're younger, you're in your 20s, your teens, you be eating bullshit and stuff like that, and think you can get away with it, but it starts catching up to you, man. You can begin to have heart problems. You got cancer, all sorts of things, man. Diabetes. So it's important when you're in the truth to be conscious of herbs. Learning how to your medicine cabinet should not be consisted of a bunch of prescribed pill bottles. You should have some type of cabinet in your house that is just packed with all sorts of herbs. Like, you should know where your local herb store is. Okay, if you don't, that's a problem. And maybe you don't have one, that's cool. But you should be able to at least know where and how you can get it. Amazon has a lot of stuff on there that you can just order. Um, I purchased a book called The Lost Remedies, and it goes into a lot of herbs that you could do to heal different ailments. The Lord told us to deal with the herbs, man. And he warned us that there would be physicians of no value in the end days of last times in the future. The word doctor itself, when you look that up and you get to the etymology of it, the definition of that word, it literally goes into deceiver. So think about that for a minute. But the answer the Lord already gave us, man, with his creation, man. He gave us, the seeds and the knowledge, wisdom, understanding has been out there for, certain vegetables and fruits and, herbs that you can take to take care of your health, man. You just got to take the time to do these things. It's good for brothers, you may not have your own yard or thing like that, your own property and land. That's cool. But hey, this right here, what you see on my screen, hey, this setup this is a small rack, man. That requires only, very little to no room to set this up. So you can just right inside grow your own stuff. Grow something, man. The Lord said we're gonna have to till the earth. So you gotta at least make the effort to get the knowledge on how to do these things. And it really gets you more appreciation and closer to the understanding of the Lord and his creation, and really sees the bigger picture of the blessing that's in it when you take the time to actually grow your own produce, man. And it's not hard, man. It really isn't. You get the seeds, get the soil, those seeds on top of the soil. In this case, I'm growing microgreens, so you just need about 3 trays, man. You need one tray at the bottom, completely closed. You need a middle tray that has hole in it, and another tray for the top. You put the tray on top, man. Put some weight on there, a couple bricks on the top tray. Once you got everything planted in there, let it sit for about 2 or 3 days. They begin sprouting about a fourth or fifth day. Take the top lid off, take the brick off, flip the lid over, and just, put it in a blackout stage, man. To where there's no light to get in there, and let that sit for another couple days. Take the lid off, put it underneath the fucking artificial light, and you got food, man. It's that simple. Okay, so this is a little setup I got, man. Look at the space here. It don't require that much space, man. A lot of y'all got at least 1 to 2 bedroom places you staying in. Just set you up a little room, man. And you can get your oregano set up in there. You can get your garlic up in there, your basil, your onion, microgreens, man. And then that's you can dry it and make take the leaves, make your teas and shit, man. Get into learning about tinctures. You put your herbs in get you a strong bottle of vodka. You know, put your herbs in there, pack it up, let that joint sit for about a month or two. Make you a tincture, man. Okay? Brothers got to get into the knowledge of this stuff, man. This is I started a garden about 2 years ago. First started, digging into it. Hey, but I've never had any experience prior to, but hey, the joint was flourishing. I got a little watermelon growing here and shit. Found out today that I had millet growing in my yard, and I didn't even plant this. It just so happens I raise chickens, and then I throw chicken feed, chicken scratch, and I guess in some cases some of it spilled on the floor, or whatever, fell in the grass. It got millet growing, man, grains. You can grind this down into bread. I got other food to feed the chickens with, man. So it's very rewarding when you take the time to learn about these things. So here within the next 4 days or so, I'm gonna be taking these and making smoothies with them, man, and taking them and selling them and making a profit. Okay, so but I get to the scriptures that go into being healthy, man, and taking care of yourself. You got to be taking the time to. Your refrigerator should be packed with some type of, like I say, fruits and vegetables. It shouldn't just be in there. It's just full of fucking meat, and you got milk and a shit ton of bread, and you got no proper vegetables. And I'm not talking about vegetables that you just get in the frozen section. You got the frozen bag of mixed vegetables. Hey, and that's like last resort type stuff, man. You should have some healthy whole green salads, collard greens, okra, kale, spinach. Get you some watermelon in there, man. Oranges, things like that. Proper green leafy vegetables. A lot of y'all be like, oh man, I don't like eating that. No, man, the Lord gave that to us to eat, man. He said, hey, till the earth. Okay, your body's a temple. You need to, these things are alkaline. Okay, you need to eat electric foods and take care of that. Because all that mucus that builds up, you end up spreading diseases and catching illnesses behind it. And later on down the road, you end up developing diabetes and heart problems, and that ain't nothing to play with. People throw those words around lightly, but once you get in that type of situation, when you begin to suffer from those things, suffering is an understatement. You got people with diabetes, man, they got to get limbs cut off. They go blind. Fingers chopped off. They lose numbness. They develop dementia and Alzheimer's. And all that has to do with diet. And yeah, we're in captivity. The Lord says, we shall end up eating as a curse defiled bread. All the shit is fucked up with pesticides and stuff that he's spraying. There's really no getting around the pollution that's going to be involved, but at least, you can lessen the blow by taking an active effort into making sure that you're trying to eat healthy things and not just giving up and just letting yourself get to be like 300-400 pounds. No, man, that's not the way. Okay, so let's get some precepts that go into it. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus 30 and 15. It says, health and good estate of body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth. So you got to take care of your health, man. You shouldn't be walking around here, just overly, obese, or you can't walk. You're down there wheelchair bound, or the opposite. You just extremely thin. Now it's good to be in shape, but you want your body to be, healthy and on point. As a man, you should have some type of muscle to you. You don't want to be too overweight. Okay. And that's gonna help you be able to maneuver around better and feel better about yourself. Health and a good state of body are above all gold. So watching that rapper, I think his name is Fat Boy. you know, he gave his name Fat Boy and just embrace being overly obese. And just because he got some money and some talent rapping, and then he turned into starting doing comedy skits where he just making fun of himself and just not giving a shit. How he looked, got his shirt off, all that damn blubber and shit, man. And then he started waking up, man. Started realizing that, yeah, I got all this money, this $1 million, but hey, he's not happy. Not happy with himself. You got to take care of your temple, man. And the things that we eat in America is straight poison. And they want you to get to a certain state to where you're prone to illnesses because it's profitable. So they're gonna create all this food that's injected with all this bullshit, man, and all these hybrid fruits and vegetables, and feed it to you people. That's why they make it extremely cheap to buy junk food. You're gonna get a pack of ramen noodles, man. That shit be like $2, two to $1, man. You get like 12 of them shits, man. Don't you know that shit is straight? You eating straight fucking motor oil. There's absolutely no nutrition, man, and them damn things. Yet they make them taste good, but that shit is poison. And the more you eat it, it just sits in your system and it builds up the toxins. It don't go anywhere. And then next thing you know, you coming up with some type of severe illness out of nowhere. Like, damn, what the fuck this happened to me? You know. That's why you go to other nations, other countries. American junk food and shit. That shit would be banned over there. You can't take no fucking pack of damn ramen noodles or some damn Twinkies and try to sell that shit over there. Hey, no, that shit is outlawed. They don't accept shit over there. Our food, man. And some of the fast food chains that set up in other mother nations, they have less than half the ingredients than it is over here. Shit's just off, man. This is the book of 1 Corinthians 3:16. It says, know ye not that ye are the temple of Yahweh, and that the spirit of Yahweh dwelleth in you? Right, man. You are a temple, man. You got to take care of it. Verse 17 says, if any man defile the temple of Yahweh, him shall Yahweh destroy. For the temple of Yahweh is holy, which temple ye are. So you should be eating right. Incorporate fruits and vegetables, fasting. We just got off the Day of Atonement. I was meditating on that. I was like, damn, I feel really good after this fast. Even my son, he's just turned 12. He decided to partake in it this year. He said he mentioned it was really difficult, but he said, I needed that. And he learned, he said, I feel good. You do, man. After you fast. Once you fast, after the third day of just like, say you're on a water fast only, I'm not eating no food, your body activates a switch where it goes into healing mode. But they say that when you fast, the hardest day to get past is the third day. But if you can get past the third day of fasting, you can go for an extended period of time, especially if you have a large amount of body fat, body fat is just storage of backup storage of energy that your body puts stores in your belly or certain areas of your body. It puts food storage away. That's what fat is. So in times of famine or in winter hits, and when food is scarce and it's harder to get, you have that emergency storage walking around on you, and your body goes to that body fat to get the nourishments that it needs. That's the reason why you gain weight. It's normal to kind of gain a little bit of weight before the winter hits naturally. So that's what it was, when you had Gad and all the natives living out in the wilderness, man. They bulk up a little bit for the winter, so they can be able to make it through them cold spells, man. When they may not be able to get food as easily. Okay. But when you get to be like, 200 or 300 pounds over your natural weight, you're literally poisoning and you're killing yourself. And you're not supposed to be gluttonous, man. That's wicked. Okay, so you got to balance that out. And most people don't know in America, you have enough storage on your body to last you for like 2 months without eating. You literally can just go be fine just having water. That's how much storage you got on you. You know? It says, if any man defile the temple of Yahweh, him shall Yahweh destroy. For the temple of Yahweh is holy, which temple ye are. Okay? So you got all this stuff, people destroying their temple, man. They smoking, taking drugs. All that goes into destroying your temple. Eating high processed foods, eating junk food like every other day. Every other day, eating fucking chips and drinking soda pop. Don't you know Coca-Cola, man? You got mechanics that use Coca-Cola on vehicles to clean it. So what do you think it's going to do to your intestines when you got all that acid in you ingesting? You're killing yourself, man. And didn't the scripture say suicide is a sin? Think about that, man. You're not allowed to just off yourself. So why off yourself with the poison you eat? Okay? This is the book of Ecclesiastes 38:4. It says, Yahweh have created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. Right, man. So as an Israelite in this truth, you should have extensive knowledge on herbs. I mean, you might not be a herbologist. You got some brothers have, certain gifts than others. They know a lot about herbs and, can point out wild edibles and things like that, like myself. But other brothers may not know as much, but you should be striving to learn. You should be able to go in your backyard and identify some things out there. Because, hey, when shit hits the fan, you're going to need to know this information. You're going to need to know, hey, can I eat this? Can I eat that? What is this growing? What does this look like? What can this be used for? What can I use, out in the wilderness for a painkiller or, for something to lower my fever, or what can I use as an antiseptic, or what can I use to seal a wound? Hey, the Lord said, hey, he's going to make a man more precious than fine gold. So a man that has this type of knowledge, when shit hits the fan, don't you think that's some gold type level knowledge? We got to know these things, man. Okay. This is the book of Ezekiel 47:12. It says, and by the river upon the bank thereof, on this side and on that side, shall grow all trees for meat, whose leaf shall not fade, neither shall the fruit thereof be consumed. It shall bring forth new fruit according to his months, because their waters they issued out of the sanctuary. And the fruit thereof shall be for meat, and the leaf thereof for medicine. There you go, man. These parables and these metaphors, using this knowledge that, leaves for medicine and fruit for meat. So this is what you should be having and consuming on a regular basis. Got leaves for medicine, fruit for meat. Okay. Going into the book of Daniel, the infamous Daniel fast. Okay, we're going to read the account of that. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 1. Okay, we'll start at verse 9 up here. It says, now Yahweh had brought Daniel into the favor and tender love with the prince of the eunuchs. And the prince of the eunuchs said unto Daniel, I fear my lord the king, who hath appointed your meat and your drink. For why should he see your faces worse liking than the children which are of your sort? Then shall you make me endanger my head to the king. So the king made an unrighteous decree that everybody had to eat the meat that the king ordered to eat, which included swine, which is unclean for Israelites to eat. Unclean period. The Lord said, do not touch their dead carcasses and do not eat them. Okay, so you shouldn't be eating no pork chops, no bacon, ham hocks and chitlins. Okay, ham. All that shit is off, man. So he tried to get us to eat that, and this is what Daniel's response was. You know, it says verse 11. Then said Daniel to Melzar, who the prince of the eunuchs had set over Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. It says, prove thy servants, I beseech thee, 10 days, and let them give us pulse to eat and water to drink. Now you look up that word pulse. Okay, let's get in the blue letter. All right, so here we are in the Blue Letter Bible Dictionary, and there's an app you can get. It gives you all these definitions. We're going to click this precept here, go to interlinear. All right, it's going to swipe down here, and we're going to tap on this number H2235. That's the number for pulse. And let's see what it says.
Zeroim. Zeroim. And the form just below that, Zereonim. Zereonim.
Okay, which as we see in the outline of biblical usage, it says vegetables. Okay, vegetables. So you had like a vegan diet, and you think of renowned herbologists, people that deal with diets, or individuals such as Dr. Sebi. And he perfected, coming up with a list called an alkaline vegan diet. Okay, and he cured like over 70 different patients, man. And he had a case put against him against the Supreme Court, and he actually beat them and won. And he's one of the very few people that have done that, because he proved the process of using alkaline fruits, vegetables, and herbs pretty much cures all diseases. Vegetables, okay? Let's go back into the scriptures. It says, verse 12, Daniel 1 and 12, prove thy servants, I beseech thee, 10 days. So you just need 10 days to show a difference in their body, to prove the power of eating clean and eating right and taking care of your health. It says, and let them give us pulse to eat and water to drink. So they refused to eat all the meat of the kings, but they chose to eat fruits and vegetables, or vegetables. Verse 13 says, then let our countenance be looked upon before thee, and the countenance of the children that eat of the portion of the king's meat, and as thou seest, deal with thy servants. So he consented to them in this matter, and proved them 10 days. And at the end of 10 days, their countenances appeared fairer and fatter in flesh than all of the children which did eat the portion of the king's meat. So their bodies looked way, way better. And so they were able to overcome that unrighteous decree by this fast, and they were spared. And the king decreed that everybody stop eating that bullshit, and they were decreed to eat what Daniel said to eat, man. So there it is. So you should be eating fruits and vegetables, man. And I'm going to bring out some information on microgreens real quick, just so brothers can learn a little bit about that, because that's something that you can grow very quickly and is extremely beneficial to your health. Okay, it says, this AI overview. It says microgreens are packed with nutrients and have many potential health benefits, including fighting cancer, lowering blood pressure, lowering cholesterol, supporting gut health, strengthening the immune system, protecting against disease, regulating blood sugar, improving thinking and reasoning, protecting vision, reducing risk of anemia. Microgreens are greens that haven't reached full maturity yet and can contain 4 to 40 times the nutrients of mature plant leaves. They are a great source of vitamins A, E, C, and K, as well as minerals such as calcium, magnesium, iron, selenium, and zinc. You can eat microgreens raw in many ways, such as adding them to salads and sandwiches, blending them into pesto or smoothies, or using them as a garnish for soups, pizza, or pasta dishes. And you got a lot of 5-star chefs and stuff like that. They lately been going towards these. Okay, this is basically what they look like, man. Okay, they're just the sprouted stages of vegetables. That's all they are, really. But you do it right, they go very quick, man, and this is food. And you can grow them like you see people got them in their windowsills in his photos, man. They're extremely easy to grow. And they're profitable if you choose to try to sell them and market them like, like I'm going for. There's setups for them and, stuff like that. And get out there in the wilderness and learn about these wild edibles, man. I have a lesson I did a while back, and I re-uploaded it about 4 months ago. But it's called Wild Edibles Found in Your Backyard. Take notes. Lord's will through the Spirit. Maybe I'll go ahead and leave a link in the comment section or description. You can click that and go check out this video too, because this is real good information to know. I'm going through and showing all the stuff that I just found in my very backyard that many of you can find in your backyard as well. Going over different things, such as purple dead nettle. It's good for those that have asthma. You take it as a tea and it'll stop your asthma attack. Stuff that grows this grows in the backyard, man. Okay? So, Lord's will is less edifying. I'm going to close out and give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem HaKadosh, double honors to our apostles and elders, great millstone, Tasha's truth and will well, and citation to your hopeful light, pushing this truth in all sincerity. Shalom.